All right, people, welcome back to another episode of We Just Kept It Real with you. Shout out to our guest, Miss Indy, once again. She is back, people. Round of applause. And y'all know who the other person over there. That's Pops, always. We going to have conversations on the couch. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do around here. Shout them out again. Let them know where they can follow you at.
You can follow me. So my name's Asher, but I'm known in Salt Lake as Indy because I'm a dancer out here. So you can find me at Indy SLC, or you can find me at my personal brand. It's called Exotic Yogini, and it's just my page to help women activate their divine feminine through yogic and exotic movement. So those are the two places I hang out at.
That's what I'm talking about. My man over here.
I like that. I like what she had said right there.
She says about the feminine.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I knew that was going to catch you.
Yeah, I like that right there. Yeah, yes, sir.
I
Yes,
knew
sir.
it. Oh, yeah,
Look, hey, here's the thing. I think all the women need to get a hold of her.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So any female that any woman that watches, look,
Please
get
stay
a
in
hold.
the feminine.
Get a
Please stay
hold.
in it.
Get a hold of them.
Yeah, that's what's
so
up
you
right
can
there.
be exactly who you are as a woman. How about that?
Hey, Pop, tell them where they're going to be able to find you at.
Right here on the couch.
Okay, that's what I love. That was a perfect answer right there. Perfect answer right there. Well, you know what, man? Let's get into it then. First question of the day. For our guests, how has it been being a mom?
Oh, wild.
Okay.
I like that right there, boy. She said, wow.
Yeah, I'm not like, it's just been the best thing of milk and honey. Like, it's all good here. It's not quite like that, but it's definitely the most amazing thing I've ever experienced. And it's been obviously the biggest life-changing thing. And it's just constantly challenging me and highlighting the areas I need to grow in. Constantly.
It's been
an adventure.
It's been an adventure, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I would agree as somebody who got kids, themselves.
Okay.
It's definitely an adventure. It definitely be wild, for sure.
Especially with boys.
Yeah. Definitely with boys. Shout out to my boys, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I love them, even though they're a handful. I guess I would say, I feel like sometimes, like I hear a lot of people say today, don't have kids. I'm going to ask you your opinion on that. Because for me, I feel like no matter what the situation has been, I would never change having them. So I guess my follow-up question is, would you ever change having them at all?
No. And I think that where that comes from, when people say that, it's usually, don't have kids because we got too many people. Or don't have kids because this
Which
is
we
not
don't have too many people, but people think we do.
Right. So we're going to touch on these. But, also I feel like people say that because they think that this world is not a good place to bring them into anymore. And so I feel like those are the two main reasons why people say that. And I think, one, I don't think we'll ever have too many people. I mean, we have shit like COVID and natural disasters killing us left and right. I don't think that we need to take population control into our own hands. If you want to have a kid,
That's a fact.
Natural
That's
to
right.
us.
That's right.
And two, about just the condition of this world. Like, we live in a reality of duality, and as much as there is bad, that means there is an equal amount of good on the other end of the scale. And
I agree with that.
I think that our world is turning into a better and better and great place to have kids. Like, we've actually come a long fucking way
From where we
in
were.
a lot of areas, from where we were, that are for the better.
I also think
I look at it.
I also feel like a lot of people got to remember, I don't know, I'm not remembering, but just think about, if you don't have kids, I ain't telling nobody what to do. If you don't want to have them, don't have them. Everybody do what you got to do to make your life happy, right?
Yeah.
But what you going to do is you keep getting older with no kids. I mean, are you going to keep trying to do the same thing you was doing in your 20s? You know what I mean? I'm just trying to tell people, if you ain't got kids, hey, like you said, it's wild, it's an adventure, but hey, these little people bring a lot of joy to your life.
Yeah,
they get on your nerves.
Oh my God, yeah. On your last nerve.
Yeah, but they bring a lot of joy to you though, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like, it's all about right time, you know what I mean, for everybody, you know, whether you do or don't, you know what I mean, which I feel like everybody will get to. But I agree with you, the whole overpopulation, we ain't ever gonna.
Well, that's the other thing is you have plenty of people who don't want to have kids.
That's facts. Absolutely.
So it's not like every single person in the world is having a kid.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who don't want to have kids.
Yeah,
You are
and then
correct
you
about
can live
that.
a great, also adventurous life not having a kid.
You can.
So, and you can live obviously a very good, adventurous, fulfilled life with a kid too. So I'm not gonna say that if I didn't have my kid that I'd be twiddling my thumbs with no purpose. That's definitely not true either. Like, you know, I think either way can make the best of my life. But I don't regret having mine.
Yeah. I just think, like, for me, I feel like my kids gave me the most fulfillment I was ever gonna get in life. You know what I mean? I was, you know, a young cat, wild in the streets, you know, doing street things. And when you do that, it comes with a lot of attention, a lot of partying, and a lot of whole other things. So none of that stuff was making me happy. Not the jewelry, not the cars, not the girls, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like none of that did what my kids did. You know what I mean? And I got to do that for like 4.5, 5 years, like, and do it to death. Like go as hard as a young man can go as far as chasing paper, being in the street, doing all that. And I don't know, I still woke up most days and it didn't feel the same. You know what I mean? So I can't tell everybody what to do. I just feel like on my journey, like I did that and it was alright, but it ain't been like this over here. This over here been on what that movie is that Aladdin? Where they say a whole new world?
It's a whole new world.
Yeah, man, that's how I felt when I had kids.
Yes.
I feel like that was a whole new world.
No, yeah, kids are a gift.
Yeah.
And it's not to say, so we're lucky to have them. There's plenty of people who can't have kids, no matter what they do, and they wish to have that gift. So I definitely think it's fair to say,
Wow.
you can have a fulfilling life without them, but definitely see it as a gift with them that not every single person gets to experience.
That's a fact. And I feel bad for every person who really want to have them that don't get to experience it.
Luckily, we have other opportunities,
That's
right?
facts.
Like adoption, or like there's ways to get kids in your life.
That's a fact.
Volunteer somewhere around kids. I don't know.
Yeah. No.
But you
You're
know,
right.
to be
No, you're
able
right.
to have your seed is a really cool thing.
It is. It really is. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Did she just say that?
Yeah, she did. She did. Cause she right. That's
I
dope.
didn't want to. Did she just say that? She just been able to have your seed.
Well, you know what?
Now, boy, she went somewhere. Look, I don't care what you say. She went somewhere. That statement right there.
Yeah. So
Now
then,
that's something to be said right there. Go ahead. You about to take her somewhere. I know.
I am. I got to go to you, right? So since you know, say you popped right on the couch. How has it been so far? Meaning, you know, you've seen the kids, the grandkids, you got grandkids graduating as, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you was there when mine graduated last Friday. Shout out to my two that graduated, to my babies. So how has it? We talking about these kids and this journey. She said it's been wild, it's been adventurous. How's it been? You know what I'm saying? Because you done seen it a whole lot farther than me and her done seen it.
I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. I don't care. You can give me all the money, all the things, and all the stuff. And if you gonna tell me I can't have my kids or my grandkids, I'm gonna tell you to keep every last one because I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want nothing to do with it.
It's been a ride, ain't it?
Hey, look, and it's been a joyful ride. I'm not talking about just because of the fact that, you know, we have some bumps in the roads as parents and grandparents. But man, I'm gonna tell you something. I could not imagine what my life would be like without kids. I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. I don't even want to think about not having grandkids. I don't want to think about that. I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, don't be young.
No, because you know what? That's a great thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because there's as we already know, there's a lot of stories that goes on with that. And as you know, we sit around sometimes and we tell stories about, you know, when y'all was cutting up back in the day and all this kind of thing, you know, and what happened when you was cutting up and all that kind of thing. And we sit around and we laugh and we joke about it and we have a good time. So now for some people that don't get that, see, some people don't get what she has. So see, some people don't actually get to see their baby grow up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know, and because you got to remember, you and I have conversations all the time. So we get to talking about the fact, hold on. And I say to my grandkids a lot. I be like, hold on. I remember when your mama was pregnant with you.
Yeah.
And they look at me like, well, yeah, granddad, you do. I said, but for me, that's an amazing thing to be able to experience.
What a time.
And for anybody. Now, here's what's so interesting about that. Take him down the road real quick. I worked with a guy. Used to work with a guy. He married. His wife says she don't want any kids. Oh. Okay? Hold on. Hold on. She got pregnant. They have a baby. All of a sudden, now she wants kids.
More kids now.
Changed her mind.
So he tells the story. So she goes from not wanting any kids, and she was adamant about the fact of not wanting any kids until she got pregnant. And that baby growing on the inside of her whole entire attitude changed.
Yeah.
When she was in the delivery room, she had a baby. So next thing you know, they had 3 more that came after that.
Damn. I mean,
You know what I mean? I mean, because, and I just said this because what I realized is, and let's just be real, the same thing happened to, what's her name? On the TV show, that was on the reel. What's her name? Maya? What was her name?
Jenny Ma?
Yeah, same thing. She was adamant about not having any kids. So then she got with who?
Young Jeezy.
Young Jeezy. She get with Young Jeezy, then all of a sudden you turn around, she gets pregnant, and you see her on the TV show or whatever now, she's the happiest. She looks happier to me now than what she did before she actually had a baby.
Hey, like she said, man, having your own seed is different, man.
It most certainly
For
is.
the people who blessed to do it, man, it's different. Like in a good
It's
way,
totally
different.
different.
Like, you know, because you can see these little people, like, you know why they act a certain way,
Yeah, you
why they walk, why they talk. Like, between the two parents, like, y'all know exactly why this little person does some of these things that they do, and it's pretty cool to watch. I don't care what nobody tell me. I think it's probably the coolest thing God could have let me do on this earth.
And you're right.
Was reproduce. That's
Because, you know, because one of the things that me and one of my brothers talk about a lot. So, my oldest granddaughter, Tatum, and I'm giving an example when I say this. Tatum reminds me of my mom. The way she acts just like my mom. Okay, so now, one of my brothers, one of his granddaughters, acts the exact same way. And we sitting around and we talking about the fact about how we have grandkids that my mama never met because my mom had passed before the baby was born, before these babies were born.
Miss Aurel.
Right. And so, but these kids, as you talking about your seed, but these kids act like my mama.
Yeah.
And they never met her. And it's amazing just how you can look at it, as you said a minute ago. So it's amazing how you can look at your children and they act and look like other people in your family that they may not have ever even met.
Yeah.
That's what's so amazing to me about, because it's amazing how that seed, as it just get passed down, you be like, well, yeah, I know where you got that from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see that in my own family too. And I can relate to not wanting to have kids and then getting pregnant unexpectedly and needing to accept. You know, that totally happened. That was my story.
Okay.
I was pissed that I got pregnant. I was
Oh.
like, are you kidding me? I actually remember at the time, because before I danced and before I had a kid, most of my working career has been in spas. I'm an esthetician, so mostly working like day spas and stuff. And
What's the esthetician?
esthetician does skincare. So
Yeah, but
like,
they must skin.
And anyways, one of the estheticians at one of the spas I was working at, when I got pregnant and was really having a hard time accepting the fact, she said, it's okay. Kids make you more successful.
They do.
And like that always stuck with me. And it's so true. Like
Sure is.
not only in, material success, stuff like that. But also like as a person, like
Yes.
the amount that I've grown or have stepped up to the plate because of my kid
Absolutely.
on his behalf has been, wild.
That grow part is what people don't understand. I understand at times that a lot of us don't necessarily be ready when we have kids, but I really want people to understand kids make you grow up though.
Oh yeah.
Kids help you put a lot of things in life in perspective.
Sure does.
And it's a statistical fact that especially as far as just men go, married men live longer and make more money. When men go out and go get families and go get kids and things like that, they make more money. It's a fact. Because you got more to live, and you work harder. You know what I mean? So going up the ladder financially for a man once he start having kids, especially for a man who really want to be that, it only drives you.
Right.
There is no moment where you have a letdown. When you really, really care about these people, you wake up every day trying to better yourself. And you got to get to another dollar every way you can to move that family and that bloodline up the ladder.
It's not just your ass
And you going.
But you know what? But I got since you made that comment, and I'm gonna get this from a woman's perspective. Since you said that, so how did you handle that though? You being pregnant, and that's really not what you actually want. How did you handle that mentally and that kind of thing? Is what I really want to know.
Yeah, it was really hard for me to accept as fact and then go through the identity shift of being I had all these things I was working on, these dreams I was going for, and I was trying to take my aerial arts to another level where I could make money performing, and I wanted to do gigs and maybe travel, and I had all these things, and that takes my physical body. All of a sudden I'm gonna get pregnant. I feel invaded in a way. I can't be doing that right now. It was also at a really hard time for me too, because only a few months before that, my mom passed away. She lost my mom.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Oh, it's okay. The guy I was with, my baby daddy, let's see, 4 months after my mom died, his fucking mom died. We're just losing moms. 2 months after that, I'm pregnant. So it was just whoa. It's I feel I can barely take care of myself right now in my healing. I have to, I didn't feel I didn't have time
to grieve
to
properly.
Grieve. Yeah, that's the word. To grieve, because it's I ain't got time for that shit. Now I have to gear up to take care of somebody else. So there was a lot of emotions there, a lot of things to work through, and then this identity shift too of who I was in the world. It's oh, now I'm a mom. I just felt lame, honestly. I was just I'm just gonna be a mom, gonna get a fucking van or something. I don't know. I just felt for some reason I had to ask myself, why does the label mom seem lame to me? Why is that lame? Because it's not lame.
It's not. I would say that's a great question.
Yeah,
being a mom is the greatest title that I think you can get.
I know. It's great.
A mom, especially good moms, man, y'all put on pedestals, man. Every woman, if you a mom, you say ain't no bad label with that. If you doing your thing, that's great, man.
I really have accepted the label now, but I just remember even journaling about this very thing, so I was really working through it. And my first and second trimester were hard. It was hard when people would be congratulations, because I just want to be no, don't congratulate me. I'm not happy about this. So it took a minute, and then and I would even talk to him in my belly and just be please find understanding that any emotions I'm having, it's all me, not you, and please don't take it on, because our kids feel everything.
Come on.
They're growing inside of us, so all of us becomes a part of them, and I didn't want him to feel unwanted. Because I was having a hard time transitioning quick enough. I was so afraid I was gonna damage him.
That.
And so I was really aware of that, and I really tried to speak to him with a lot of love while he was growing, and just talk to him for real, be real with him. I'm just having a hard time, but I'll get there. And I did. And third trimester, especially when you start feeling him in there, it's when you can really start connecting.
Right.
So, and I did a lot of research. I got really well prepared. So by the time I had a full natural birth in my fucking bed in my house, and brought him in the best I could, the most natural I could, and just given everything to him since.
So hold on. I ain't missed that.
Yeah, I didn't
So
either. I didn't
she